Okay, welcome everyone. We'll start our first subject, which is the Unit 1, Principle of Logistic and Supply Chain Management. And my name is Anjum Satar, and my email address anjum@ukversity.co.uk. If you have any question, please drop me email on my email address. I'll try my best to get back to you as soon as possible. We are doing OTHM Level 7 Diploma in Logistic and Supply Chain Management. So today's first lesson, we'll go through the basic LO1 and we'll discuss 3 assessment criteria. So before starting this new unit, we'll discuss, what we're supposed to cover. All we can see, yes? Can you see, yes?
Yes.
Okay, so Unit 1, as I mentioned, Principle of Logistic and Supply Chain Management, and we are doing LO1. LO1 is understand the key logistic supply chain management concept and theory. So today we'll go through the basic theories, and this LO can be linked with other LOs. We have a 4 learning outcome which we're supposed to be covering in 4 lessons. So first LO1, learning outcome 1, we're supposed to have a 3 assessment criteria which we're supposed to be addressed within our task when we'll prepare our assignment. So evaluate the concept and the principle of supply chain management and logistics. Critically discuss the key driver effective supply chain management. Assess how effective supply chain management logistic can support competitiveness. So which we'll go through what is meant by competitiveness as well. So LO2, which we'll go through in the second lesson, the role of logistic in effective supply chain management. Then LO3, understand how supply chain management strategies and technology affect, different sort of technology, especially, satellite technology and smart factory concept is quite popular, which we'll go through as well. Understand the role of information technology enhancing the organization supply chain management. And then we have inductive contents as well, which we'll go through some what we're supposed to be covered. We've been given in the assignment. We have task 1 where we'll assess the assessment criteria 1 and assessment criteria 2, 2.1, 2.2, and 2.3. So please, you have to prepare assignment, and we supposed to be 2,000 word, 10% more or 10% less in to cover our LO1 and LO2, which is in task 1. Then we'll go through task 2 where we'll cover LO3 and 4 in task 2. So if you want to start your assignment, because you're on the fast track, and you can start your assignment. And what I'll do, I'll assist you as well and help you and provide you extra resources like journal article and some research paper. Those will help you to address, all these assessment criteria. Anybody, any question?
Is there a format that we have to follow these assignments?
Sorry, Sana?
Is there a particular format, like we get it that we have to attach a title page?
No
problem.
But I will go through assignment, how we can structure, how we can address, and I'll set, the tasks and format as well for you.
All right.
So, are you aware of the reference style, Harvard reference style?
Yes.
Okay, brilliant. That's absolutely fine then. No issues. Welcome. Okay, we'll start, so we are doing principles, logistics, supply chain management. So what's come in logistics? So we have, we'll start with the keywords, logistics. So what's cover logistics?
Transportation of goods and people.
Transportation.
Products, yeah.
Brilliant.
Movement from one place to another.
Movement from one place to other. So logistic. Have we heard about inbound? Yes. And outbound? Yes. Inbound warehouse and outbound warehouse. What is meant by? Anybody, any thought? Inbound and outbound warehouse? Yes, Sana? Hamza?
No.
What is inbound and outbound warehouse? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. What is meant by inbound and outbound warehouse?
We don't have exact idea about it.
Okay, no problem. Inbound mean the goods coming in the warehouse, yes,
Yes.
where we store all the goods. So inbound mean the goods coming in, and outbound mean the goods going out. So like inbound call center and outbound call center, working in call center, yes, working in logistics. So inbound and outbound logistics. So we're dealing with it. So logistic, of course, we need to manage, and logistic management is quite crucial. End of the day, and it's a quite because our cash flow inbound and outbound, whatever we have, so cash, if we not manage logistic properly, that's why a lot of theories in the supply chain management, because our most of the cash can be stuck into supply chain. So we need to be make quicker and convenient ways to boost. Okay, what's come in supply chain management then? uh, anything you want to say about supply chain management?
Mhm.
Okay, what's come in management? Let's say if you're a manager, what's come in your mind management? What is a management? Yes, any definition of management before moving forward?
To manage something, to
To
manage the
manage.
organization, to manage the quality of goods, or maybe something.
Brilliant. Yes. So management is a process. Is a management is a process of designing an environment to achieve our pre-selected objective. Whatever objective we have to achieve. Yes. So we
Yes.
have to design an environment. So when we're looking management, supply chain management, we always have an objective. So if you're a manager, you always do what you do. You plan. Yes.
Mm.
You organize. You always implement as well. Yes, whatever the plan. You always put the control in place. So to make and run our supply chain effectively, you have to make sure we have draw a really good environment that will help us to achieve. You plan, you organize, you implement, you control. Okay, so now we'll move to our area of discussion. So that's inbound, outbound. Inbound mean the goods coming in, outbound mean the goods going out. All logistic we managed to be improve the cash flow, because of course, as quicker the supply and the goods will move from one place to other, the cash will be not stuck. That's why is a lot of concept you maybe heard about JIT. Anybody heard about JIT?
Yes, just in time. That is to get the inventory in the warehouses only when it is needed.
Brilliant. So just in time, and one other is called economics, order quantity. Economics order quantity meant by you only buy what you need it. Just in time, you only buy when you need it. Yes. So there are two concepts. So just in time is a Japanese approach which we use in the supply as well. So a lot of companies focus on these approaches. So which we'll go through. So let's move to our next area. Our first slide is what is a supply chain? Flow of goods and services from raw materials, manufacturers, intermediate product and manufacturers, end product, wholesaler, distributor, and retailer. So these are different channel of distribution goods as well. So if you are a manufacturer, like in the UK especially, we have a big company, it's called Argus. Argus is just selling, is a catalog company. They're selling the product via catalog. They have physical shops and they're selling online as well. So what they are doing, basically, there are the many manufacturers. So let's say you want to order the furniture. So what you will do if you're a company, so if you carry on storing in your own warehouse, it costs you as well. So instead of you store it, you take the order and deliver from manufacturer to direct customer. Is a lot of cost saving. So connected by transportation and storage activity. So nowadays, of course, internet play a significant role. So which we'll discuss, and I'll add more example. Integrated through information planning and integration activities. What is meant by integrate? How we can integrate?
Connect with each other, like through communication.
Brilliant. Yes, connect through communication. So because we have a technology, instead of, we can reroute the things. Because if you carry on getting everything in your warehouse, let's say you based in Karachi and you have offices throughout the Pakistan. So what you will do, you need to connect it. Maybe the manufacturer is based in Salkot or different part of Pakistan. So instead of you transfer everything to Karachi and then you move to and send to the customer, why not, if somebody is in Punjab, so you can transfer from there to there. You always have to look around through technology as well. Of course, we can track it, tracking technology nowadays. So it's quite crucial. Cost and the service levels. So all we need to be manage cost. What do we know the cost? Do we know the types of cost?
Fixed cost, variable cost.
Brilliant. So fixed cost, which won't change it. You have a warehouse cost, yes. Rent, variable cost, the cost change with the level of output, level of storage. If each unit you store, it costs you. Have we heard about semi-variable cost? Where fixed and variable together. FC and VC. VC is a variable cost. Okay. Anybody heard about opportunity cost? What's come under opportunity cost? So opportunity cost, if you have a lot of things storage, your cash is blocked there, but you're missing the opportunity. Maybe you have opportunity to invest in other business. So always we'll try to minimize the opportunity cost. You're learning this, but you're missing the opportunities to work, and we are using this time to learn. So we need to look around. We have a more benefit by doing this activity. The activity which we are not doing will be minimize the cost of it. Okay, next we're looking management. Supply chain management is a set of approaches utilized to efficient integrated supply and manufacture warehouse store. So the merchandise is produced and distributed at the right quantity, really, to the right location at the right time in order to minimize the system wide cost while satisfying the service level requirement. So that's all about. So we need to be managed. Yes, we should be sent the right time, right quantity. So if we not delivering the goods at the right time, we're not fulfilling the requirement of the client. Let's say the demand there and you not provide it, what will be happen? Customer will move to the other supplier. So we need to be. So we heard how we can keep it. Do we know the safety level? What is meant by safety level? Hello, anybody thought about safety level, why we need to be? Hello?
Yes, hello.
So safety level, why we need to maintain the safety level?
So that we don't face any losses due to stock up.
Brilliant. So we always have to be safety level, like, and sometimes I quote example, you wake up in the morning and you look in the fridge, there is no milk. Yes. You went to the corner shop, you bought a milk from the near shop or near whatever, so because that costs you normally more than if you buy from the big supermarket or if you buy in bulk. So always if we have a safety level, it helps us to minimize the cost. So that's why we always looking to minimize the cost. Okay. Next we have that is what is all about. There are the different definition about different people. Two other formal definition: the design and the management, less value added process across the organization boundaries to meet the real needs of the end customer. So according to, we have a Chartered Institute of Supply Chain Management, we have a Chartered Institute of CIP, as Chartered Institute of Purchase Supply Management as well. So they gave these definitions. So managing supply and demand, sourcing raw material parts, manufacturing, assembly, warehousing, inventory tracking, entries and order management, distribution across all the channel, and delivery to the customer. So this is the supply chain, which is one of the council. They gave this definition, and different people saying different and different definition, because all about supply chain management we need to be try to be minimum and the quicker flow of the goods from one place to other place, and those we need to be managed. Okay, any question? Please, if you not get anything, ask me. Next, we're looking now what we have. So tracking back to the screen you shared at the bulk at your time. So let's, we'll go through. In this one, strategic focus, companies and the product flows and activities. So in our organization, we have a different activities: research and development, manufacturing, assembly, distribution, sales, service. So product innovation, we innovate some product. We have operation. It's logistic is a one of operation, and the customer relation is also operation. So we have a component maker. They have a storage semiconductor. They're making motherboard, flat panels, and others. All these different sort of the product. Then these, we selling contract manufacturers. So we're looking these, and we are selling through, and we can sell through these component various distributors as well. So we need to be look around. Have you heard about Dell computer?
Yes.
So Dell. So Dell, they used to be based in America, and Dell changed their business model to direct business model. So they taking order advance from customer, and they delivering in 28 days. So if you order something online, they will deliver you in within 28 days maximum. So they assemble in India, they deliver the goods throughout the world. So 28 days. Why they change the business model to direct business model?
It would be more economic. They wouldn't have to deal with the distributors, and I think it's more profitable to directly link the products with customers.
Brilliant. First thing we are enhancing the cash flow, because you getting the money advance and you will deliver in 21 days. Think about each day is a cost. Each day if you have a cash, you have a more opportunity, you have a less opportunity cost. Yes, because that cash you can multiply with it. So that's cash flow. Then of course is a cheap labor there. Yes, less costly, and there is a direct between manufacturers and suppliers. Yes, manufacturer and the end user. So thus we can, because is a customer you getting, so they are cutting the cost of middleman. So we need to be look around those all, and we need to calculate the cost and benefit of each decision what will be happen. So here we looking as well the final customer, large enterprise, consumer, SME. So all we need to be look around what channel we will use to distribute. So we need to be managed. So next, now we're looking Cisco value network. So what is all about, which we'll go through now. Providers. So what they are doing, so they are connecting via different, through IT system. So we have a system there, that's a computer in place in the middle. So we getting orders, so we can relocate, like I gave you example of Argus in the past, just now, huh? So we need to look around the order from the customer. 80% of the orders are configured and submitted via this Cisco website. Then what will be happen there? We moving to orders are automatically transmitted to the supplier, and of course they can look around the production system, then move to the contract manufacturers, build and ship 60% of the unit directly to customer. 60%, look, 60% goods if comes to you and you store in the warehouse. So from I gave you like example from Punjab to Karachi, and this cost, transportation cost, storage cost, and lot of, it's a lot of risk involved as well. So we need to be make sure how we can relocate the product. Then for the Cisco production, configure only highly complex order, and the consolidation center operate just 3 centers worldwide. And then of course, the service, 70% of technical support calls don't require human intervention, so that will be automatically solved by the system itself. So that's, is quite, there is a network. So we always looking how we can minimize the cost. Okay, anybody heard about lean concept?
Yes.
So what is
Yes,
the lean?
removal of wastages. Removal of wastages is now added procedure.
Brilliant. So there is a concept lean logistic as well, yes, and this lean manufacturing, yes. So always we need to be manufacture what is required. We try to be lean, more efficient, yes, reducing that. So when you're looking to measure the performance, someone, any organization performance you want to be measured. So always performance equal to, is it performance we always look in cost? Yes, less cost. We always look somebody use less time, and we always look the quality. So any logistic decision will make to improve the performance of our organization, enhance the productivity. So we always need to be look around in terms of the cost. It should be cost down. It should be reduce the time. Time itself is a cost, and improve the quality of service. Huh? So it's not mean the customer will face or think, it's a very complicated process. So material flow, source, supplier, then we can look around converter. If we converting them into manufacturing, it depends nature of the organization, distributor, retailer, and customer. Distributor to end user can be. So value added service we need to be. What is meant by value added? How we can add value? Hello, yes. Can we add value?
Value adding means something which counts in the final, which counts in the whole production procedure and counts in the final product. That is value adding.
Okay, yes. How you can, if you're working in an organization you're dealing, so how you can add value?
Voice is not clear. Hello.
Yes, think about you working in logistic, how yourself you can add the value in the service.
I would basically, if I'm having road logistics, and let's say I'm operating with trucks, so I would basically arrange the trucks, arrange the load in the most optimum way.
Okay. So adding value, yes. So it mean you can be provide good customer service as well, yes?
Yes.
Yes, provide the right information, yes, at right time, and you will manage your route, yes, yes, our locations effectively, and you manage your, load as well. No doubt, you're absolutely right. So we can look around. So funds, demand flows, information flows, all this, demand, yes, because demand management is very, very important. So if you don't manage the demand, ultimately customer will feel, so they can carry on because it's a competition. So if we look this diagram, SCM network, so supplier, then we have a manufacturers, yes, then warehouse and distribution centers can be, and the customer. So it can be different ways, yes, material cost there. So we want to be make sure how we can quick, as quick lines you have, or you go around, so that cost you more. So we need to be think about how quickly we can, because it's the inventory transportation cost. End of the day, we want to be cut the middleman. Yes, as many processes we can reduce it, help to be reduce the cost. So we need to be reduce the activities as a middle person, so we can directly. So like a lot of people selling things on Amazon or eBay or various other. So how they manage logistics. So we need to be look around because logistic to be managed, location management is very, very important in logistic, where you based really. If we based in the middle here and we can relocate, we need to be look around how we can reduce the distance and we can get quicker cash ultimately. Key observation, every facility, the impact of the cost need to be considered. Every activity, those impact the cost we need to be considered. Suppliers, customers, we need to be considered those. Efficient and cost effective throughout the system is required. System level approach and the multiple level of activities. Strategic, tactical, and operational. What is the key difference, please? Anybody knows key difference? Strategic and tactical and operational. Yes, Sana, are you there all? Hello?
Yes, hello, we can hear you.
Okay, so what is the key difference between strategical and tactical and operational? Is there any difference between three level of activities?
Maybe strategic, we are planning for long-term planning.
Brilliant, well done, great.
And I don't know exactly about tactical and operational.
Operational is the low level, like first suppose if I'll say to PIA, the front desk, offering services to the customer, that's the operational level. And tactical, it can be departmental levels, is it according to what the competitor is doing, and we need to set the activities accordingly, and we need to address it. So that's overall level, departmental level, or operational level, the front desk, activity, that's operational. So that other related observation supply chain strategies linked to the development chain, challenging to the minimize the system cost and maximize the system service level. So we need to minimize the cost and maximize the system service level. So we provide the services more, because if you provide the goods as well, we need to be look at the services as well. Oh, because anybody you can buy the goods, same goods from different places, but sometimes you very pleased to provide because they can deliver you at your doorstep. You're not going it. Services they giving. So a lot of people bother about service, not bother about price. Depends, what sort of the class of societies we are in. So these, the people as a company point of view, we need to be look around those. We need to be divided and we focus on the service levels. Inherent presence of uncertainty and risk. What is meant by risk? What's come in your mind? Risk. Sorry?
A potential loss?
Potential loss. So risk is mean loss. Is it risk is always loss?
No, it might be positive as well.
Risk is mean probability of happening something. Probability always 0 to 1. Yes. So uncertainty give you opportunity as well, because sometimes due to the uncertainty, lot of the business gain as well. Risk can be positive and negative effect. Risk, not of course we look the risk, but what we can do as a risk planning, can we do risk planning, risk management, RM, risk management?
Yes.
How you can manage the risk? Yes, how we can manage the risk? Risk management, can we manage risk? Yes, we can manage risk. Why not? We can prioritize, yes, the task. If we prioritize the task, we can manage risk because to whom need more supply, how big that client is, we can minimize the risk. Other, we can use the approach. One approach we call TARA. We can transfer the risk. Can we transfer the risk to the third party? By getting insurance, If we have an insurance, we can transfer the risk to the insurance company. We're paying premium. We can avoid the risk. We're not doing business. We can avoid the risk. You don't want to be. So what else we can? We can respond toward the risk to minimize it. And we can accept the risk. So these are, different approaches of risk management. We can look around because it's very crucial in supply chain management risk. Like think about in few years back, Russia stopped providing gas to Europe, and they have a lot of risk. If the gas being stopped, so where the gas will come and what will be happen in industry, especially no doubt households maybe can be covered by few days by using cylinders or different alternative source of supply. So they move towards not only rely on the Russia for the gas supply, they move to the Norway and the various other countries those provide the gas. So we need to be look around the supply chain. So we need to be in the chain. We need to be make sure we minimize the risk. Uncertainty between country can be huge risk can be. The development chain. Next we looking the 1.2, the set of activities and the processes associated with the new production introduction include product design phase, product capability and knowledge, sourcing, decision, and production plan. So development chain, how we can make this chain. So we at the design phase, we need to look around. We need to capabilities and knowledge. Anybody knows what is the difference between capabilities and competencies? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear
Hello? Can you hear me?
you. Yes.
Okay. So what is the difference between competencies and capabilities?
Maybe capability defined that the actual workload of an organization, that suppose how much organization is capable in raising funds or buying goods, maybe the buying power of any company. And the competencies may be defined the competition with other organization as well.
Okay, yes. Capability mean you pass your driving test, you're capable to drive, yes? That's why you have a driving license, you're capable to drive. But like here, we have few weeks or few months, we are using that plate as a newly passed driver because you're not a competent, you can make the mistakes, yes? Competencies come with experience. So capability is a knowledge. You have ability to do something. You're capable, but you're competent to work independently in an organization. So that's it called competencies. So nowadays all employer looking and they are assessing competencies. So please anybody who ever or wherever you will apply the jobs, so they're looking the competencies more than the capabilities. You have a degree, someone else has a degree, and of course you're both capable, you have a knowledge about things, that's why you have a degree, you have a qualification, but they're looking the competencies. So there is an interview method called STAR method of interview to check the individual competencies. So a lot of videos on YouTube, STAR method of interviews. So we need to be look around the competencies associated when we'll change sourcing decisions where you will get the supply. You need to make the decision. Decision making is selecting the best course of action. So decisions. When we'll make decisions, we have a various options. In each option, we're looking the cost and benefit analysis we do, and then we'll decide which one is the best. So decision making is very, very important. When we have a various options and we try to be best option based on the cost, time, and quality. Production plan, then we'll do the production planning as well based on. Okay, next now we're looking the slide. The development chain when we'll do. So we look the plan, design, production. Here we look around make or buy. What is meant by make or buy?
Producing team.
Yes. So few years back, so we used to manufacture as railway engines, and then we make it. So first it costs us a lot. The one of the minister decide in Pakistan. So what's the point? Is costing us 50% extra. Why not we'll buy from other neighbors? So because it's a less, but they don't have any idea. Always when the first year you set up the plant, it's cost you more. Yes, when your production is start on the full capacity, your cost will drop. You set up the plant, you start manufacturing, you produce it, and you want to stop it. Is there any, because other thing, you have a social accounting. So if you're everything you're buying from abroad, so you will be as a society we are going to loss because there's a job losses happen. Our cash will go out, our balance of payments, and a lot of other problems we can be. So that's why we're not really looking everything we buy from abroad. We're looking something will make ourselves as well. So there are a number of decisions we need to be look around and we make. So source, we can look around early suppliers involvement. If you have, maybe you can make the contract, and if it's early contract, of course they will be bound to supply you the goods. Source, strategic partnership, long-term partnership, you can make 5-year contract, more than a year. Supplier selection, to which supplier, on what basis you decide the supplier?
On his quality of product, the lead time of production, and his commitment in providing the products at the right time.
Okay, let's say we have 3 different suppliers. Yes, one is giving us really cheap, one giving us £10 per unit. Yes, but they are only in business 2 years. Yes, and other is offering us £12 per unit. They are 20 years in business, but they are offering you free return, free collections from our warehouse. So we need to be, and they are the triple rated. Other, we need to look around the credit facilities. So we need to be, when we decide the supplier, we need to look around the costs. We need to look around how long they are in the business. We need to look around what rating they have. Maybe they have a triple rating, they have a 5-star rating in those, because those people dealing with them, what rate them. That's why lot of company here, they use Trustpilot. Trustpilot is like site where they show on the various things trust of the client. So we can look around credit facility. Someone is giving you 50 days credit, someone giving you 100 days credit. So which one you will go? If we look on the credit facility, we'll go, of course, 100 days. So at least 3+ months. So that will help us to improve the cash flow. So selecting supplier is very, very important things, and we need to be really efficient in those areas. We can, but unfortunate, some company, they have a kickbacks, and they just want one supplier, not two. So that's why here is come some ethical issues as well we need to keep in mind. So supply contract. So then we need to be, how long we need to sign the contract? What do you think? How long we need to sign a contract?
After evaluating everything, I think after having some trials of the product.
Yes, maybe you never deal with that supplier and you sign 5-year contract. It can be very harmful. Maybe in future the price will drop and you make the contract very expensive with them. Yes, maybe in that section of the contract you need to be. What is a contract first? Contract is offer and acceptance. Yes, offer and acceptance. So you need to make sure when you offer and accept each consideration, all we need to make sure our demand of the goods. Yes, the population growth depends in which industry we are in. Yes, contract, if you have a section in the contract, if you don't deliver it, we'll charge you penalties. Yes, damages. So we need to make sure we have a contract clearly in place, keeping in view of our business needs, our growth, our economics growth, because anything will make a budget based on the sales forecast. So we need to make sure supply, producer, distributor, and seller. Yes, that can be a chain. So always we need to look around how we can minimize it. Any question there?
No, it's clear.
Okay, next one we're looking now 1.3, our assessment criteria 1.3, global optimization. geographical dispersed complex network, conflicting objective of different facility, dynamic systems. So we need to look around the variation over times. Yes, is can be different. Matching demand and supply is difficult because demand can be different times, and the supply can be, because maybe the season when we have a high demand, supplier can't supply. So we need to be look around and we have to decide the price accordingly. Different level of inventories. How much the inventory? Do we know the inventory evaluation method? Anybody ever learn about
EOQ model?
FCO? And have we learned these? Any?
Yes.
We last in
FIFO,
first out?
first in, first out. Yes.
Yes. So
yes.
we need to really think about what sort of the goods we are in. Yes. So which method we'll use on the average, so decide the price. Global optimization, where we're looking the global, not, yes, we can look around the geographical area. Conflicting objective of different objective can be, it can create a conflict, so we try to minimize the conflict. Different level of inventory and back order. How much is level of inventory we need to be? A recent development has increased the risk. Lean manufacture production and offshoring, outsourcing. Any question here? Any points we think need to be further?
Please tell me what is AVCO?
Sorry, which one?
AVCO. You typed it.
Oh, it's average. FCO. It's called average cost. AV is the average, CO is the cost. Yes.
Average cost.
Average cost. We bought on the 1st, we bought on the 10th, we bought on the 12th. Yes. What averagely cost you? So order when you plan it.
Oh, okay. All right.
In the different, because it's a demand and supply. Okay. So next we're looking global supply chain. So we can look around there. If you look, so we can look around here, cotton and wool and silk, whatever we are making. Yes. Fiber, oil, natural gas, pharmaceutical companies, petrochemical are different, So what they do, they can back, because a lot of industries link each other. So if we don't have, it's called primary and the secondary activities. If we don't have those industries in the country, if we don't have a logistic companies in the country, it's very difficult. Yes. So that's why the logistic is play a significant role in the success, the failure of the industry as well. If we have a more fast mode of communication or transportation, that will help us to boost the industry as well. So you will see there this in the diagram if they are manufacturing. So we have a lot of company, they have a stitching companies are manufacturing back in Bangladesh now. Even few companies, they have a contract in Pakistan, especially in textile. So thus we need to make sure we have a fast mode of transport in Pakistan. The goods move to the port, and from port to the other part of the world. If we don't have that type of things tracking, so we can track back as well. Of course, tracking system we need to be like nowadays. If you order system, you can track it where your order at the moment. Yes, so it's very important in real world now, because even you can track your order via the different apps as well. So brand names and the overseas buying, overseas, if we have a trading companies, we need to look around retail outlets, departmental stores, special store, mass merchandising chain, you have a discount chain you set up, off price, factory outlet. If you're manufacturing yourself, you can sell various places and various ways. Huh? So these different channel we can use it. So let's look this diagram here and the picture. How many country does it takes to make a coat? So look there, a lot of things. Yes, Thailand is the leading exporter of imitation. Yes, there Japan, biggest producer of steel, Zibs, and Germany, which gave the world. So we can look around, all these are the different. So it's the supply chain is very, very important. So we're not doing everything under one country. In economics, we read about obsolete advantage. So everyone, if those are expert in those areas, they should produce those things, and other country produce other things. Not every country can produce everything. So global disperse. So we can look around in this, product design. Then of course we can look around and spinning in Korea, and then we can look around to Taiwan, and then stitching can be in Indonesia, or look around then is quality control and shipping in Hong Kong, and zips can be from Japan. So how we'll manage? Can we send zip from Japan to Hong Kong? So we don't need to in Hong Kong, yes? So we need in Indonesia those. So then of course quality control. So we need to look around this, how we can make it. So next we have 1.4, uncertainties and risk. So matching supply and demand are the major challenges. We need to be look around the reasons. Raw material shortage, internal and supply parts shortage can be. Boeing aircraft inventory write down. Of course, we need to be look around what consequences can be. Sales and earning. So any other problem, especially when you're dealing with the foreign currency? We have a big problem in foreign currency. What is the gas, pound, and dollar, and we have in Pakistani currencies? Is there any problem?
There's if gap increases your raw material which you are sourcing from international countries, it increases by default. Even if its own price is not increased, just because of the exchange currency, you'll have to pay more.
Yes, so that's why the company in Pakistan is really struggling, because the dollar is went up to 152, and if they are importing the raw material from abroad, they're really struggling to do the things on the same price, because due to. So what we need to be look around, where anybody heard about hedging? Hedging. So we can focus on hedge. Hedging is mean, to protect it in the currency fluctuation, we can use a hedge. So maybe we have uncertainty, so we can look around, how we can hedge it to reduce the uncertainty, whatever currency fluctuation. So we can fix the currency on the certain price. Huh? Even the bank will be at the loss, but they charge the hedge fees for it, and that will help, to reduce the risk. Sales and earning shortfalls can be, of course, competition. We can look around higher than the expected order if we have a new product. So these are the different examples that will help us to clear further. Uncertainties in the fluctuation of the inventories and the back orders. So throughout the supply chain, we need to look around those. What's happened in different months, how much is the variation, and the supply we need to be managed accordingly. So we need to be focused on the demand, like near Christmas can be very high order, peak season, off peak season, and we need to draw the prices. I'm not sure. In Pakistan, you charge the same price throughout for logistic, or you charge high and low?
In my company, it's usually the same price all around the year. It depends on the magnitude of transportation mainly.
Yes,
Because in
because sometime, in different part of so it depend in the peak season, maybe the logistic charge slightly higher price because they have a lot of orders from other demand is, but sometime if you have a contractual agreement, you will charge the same price. Even as many order you deliver, they some company they charge the fixed fees. Doesn't matter you have a order more or less. Yes, so they have a one logistic fees, so they deliver throughout. So like eBay's contract with the Royal Mail in the UK or various other, the courier companies, and they have a contract, so they can be charged the contractual price. So we need to look around always to make uncertainty and risk factor is not a solution. Forecasting is not a solution. So what we need to be look around, of course, we forecast, but we try to be minimize the risk by involving different partners as well. Demand is not the only source of uncertainty. Of course, not only. Recent trend make things more uncertain. Lean manufacturing, outsourcing, and offshoring. So all these, there can be more risk towards supply chain. Okay, what's happened? What are the factors that really Procter and Gamble and Unilever? Those are the big, the companies. Yes,
yes,
how their
FMCG.
supply chain, how their supply chain affected. These are the events those happened in the past. So 6 month impact are the crops. If we have a heavy snow, heavy rain, if we have a virus, Ebola or yes, others, yes, it impact the flights and of course earthquake in so HP office and the Dell, and in India Gujarat earthquake supply so is happened back in few years. So all this we need to, there are the lot of risk. So traditional mass manufacturing, mass you manufacture more, as more the cost will drop. Inventory management and the cost optimization, we need to be look around those costs and manufacturing. JIT, just in time. What is it? TQM?
Total quality management.
Brilliant. And batch production. Uh, you just produce a line so you can make it. Supply chain formations, extensions. You can look around. Further refinement of SCM, supply chain management capabilities. So all we can look around progression of the logistic cost. So what's happened in terms of what do you think? Is it logistic cost is increasing or decreasing?
By the graph, it's decreasing. It decreased the most between 2000 and 2005.
Yes, because it's a link with the various factors. Because oil prices, yes, and the world economy. If the world economy slows, order slows, the cost will go up. Huh? So inventory carrying, transportation, administration, and total. So different sort of the cost involved. So is some always we need to keep in mind when we'll make a decision. Then the complexity, how complex supply chain there, because always what we need to be look around. Really we need to understand the international trade as well. Do we know the tariffs? Yes. Taxes, yes. International trade, taxes, different tariffs between countries, free trade agreements, yes. EU, yes, lot of discussion. We have a Brexit and all this, the trade. So is because that's between country 28 countries, the free trade, borderless. People can move here and there, can travel, move the goods without paying any tax. So what will be happen after Brexit? So we have a lot of discussion on these. Lot of company, they are moving around their offices, lot of expectation, and now that's again is the elections and don't know what will be happen. But this is all about, it's quite complex now. So is same thing in other part of the world. Recent, the trade war between US and China is impacting many companies as well. So that's happening. So we need to be look around those, how complex this in a magnitude as well. Of course, it can be huge losses can be in companies, and the currency variation. Of course, we can look around those in different. So that's why what the company doing, they try to be don't do the business in one currency. They try to be do business in many currencies. So that will help to reduce the risk. So transportation, how complex we have transportation, our infrastructure. So productions, 6 different locations, different product distribution we need to look around. So in different part of the world. So that's why many company, they have offices in Dubai as well, in the Middle East to distribute in Asia things. So they're looking because no tax there policies. So that's why they're setting offices there. So now PC value chain. So performance of traditional PC manufacturers. So we can look around sales, marketing, manufacturing, distribution, and sales collection and billing.
That
So
is the demand, the input from sales, marketing.
yes, of course, that can lead to, we have a sales, marketing, manufacturing, then you manufacturing, then distribution, then sales. Yes, it's carry on. So build forecast and the push systems. So 60 to 70 days inventory. All activity in a sequence. Complexity, quite complex. We need to look around the manufacturer standardized product. What is a standardized product? You're just making one product. If you're making many products, yes, you need a quite, your supply chain quite be complex as well. Yes, because maybe different demand from different part. If you have a more product, you're adding it, you need to be think about, you need to be plan, purchase at the end of the cycle, and hard to segment. What is the segmentation? Have you learned segmentation?
Dividing on a criteria segment.
Yes. So total population divided into the small segment, or the total product dividing into, or the total supply chain you can demand drop into the small segment. Huh? Okay, next we have a PC value chain, focus on the cost reduction. So this focus on the cost reduction now. Sales, marketing, order purchase, just in time manufacturing, software load factory, and ship to customer. So it's the different models really, yes. So PC value chain focus on the cost. So this model is focus on the cost. Performance of the Dell computer like a direct business model. Huh? 5 days inventory.
Sorry.
Yes, hello. Yes, yes.
I think it's more profitable to go
Yes.
on an MTO basis like audit rather than which of these both of these models.
So first, was about the performance of the traditional manufacturing of PC. Yes, manufacturer. So that was performance, how we can improve the performance. Yes. So performance, what we said, performance equal to time, cost, and quality. Yes.
Yes.
So that system was be designed to be more focused on the performance. So that's more focused just on the cost. So PC Dell computer is there in China, in India, but the shipping is taking a time. Yes, time wise is increased. So they need an inventory. Yes, 5 days. 5 days cash conversion cycle. Activity in sequence and parallel. Customer standardized product. If your customer standardized product which we manufacturing and purchase at the start of the cycle, so you have to purchase again each to segment the customer base. Different computer according to the customer specification we can segment it, but there are the time involved. We can focus on the cost. Cost is we are moving to the low cost areas in like we said in India. Yes, so all we looking from sale, marketing, purchase order, just in time you manufacture, because they only manufacture when the order they have. The software load factory, they load the software, then they ship to the customer, then they do. Okay, then next we have a magnitude of supply chain cost, cost element after trade book. So we can look around profit, supply chain, and other costs. So we need to look around the cost from there to there. So what is happening each stage, huh? So what is happening overall? The overall cost will go up to, yes, each element we looking, the cost. Any question there? Hello, Sana, any question? So then we have a next we have a supply chain industry, like different channel of distribution. So we can look around if we cut the channel there, so what will be happen effect on the cost? If we'll cut the channel there, what will be happen on the cost? Yes. So in different industry. So supply chain potential, Procter and Gamble can saving in retailer customer 65 million through the logistics chain. So we need to look around Dell computer outperforming and competition in term of, so they are using direct business model and build to order strategies, and Walmart. So they have changed the strategies of logistics will help them. Software packages, computerized different GAM, risk pool GAMs, and procurement GAMs. So these are the different GAMs we can, and the procurement GAMs. All we are learning about different. We'll go through some case studies as well next lesson, and we'll look different companies how they change it. Especially we look around we look around the IKEA company. We look around L'Oreal, and we'll go through some. It's called Zavia, and various other companies case studies. Any question? There are good few slides all about the cases. So supply and cutting the middle and how we can reduce the cost. So production planning, of course, we need to look around in terms of, have we heard about MRP?
Yes.
What is the
material
MRP?
planning.
Requisition.
Material requisition planning. It's basically run to ordering of material and for production planning. For scheduling of production and ordering of material.
Brilliant. Yes. So are you using any software there?
Yes. SAP.
Sorry, which one?
SAP.
Okay. Not hard. So production planning, yes. So that's the of course that can be linked, part inventory, assembly, bulk inventory, packaging, standardized, and then of course finished goods. So what is wrong? Poor surveys of the new product introduction, poor forecasting, panic ordering, and high inventory. And what is going on? Demand is quite predictable. Usage in hospital is quite stable if we can. So market shares move slowly over times, and with each new product, dealer must build inventory to fill the pipelines. Why did in that case happen? Demand of unpredictable, poor information system. So information system is very, very crucial. That system will give us, all the information. Information is all about the planning as well. No one is looked at the demand. No one is a hard responsibility to forecast error. Tendency shift to the blame build in delays and monthly. We can look around the planning system. Okay, because I'm relying their slides today, most of her. So let's what we need to today. Okay, I'm going to send you a few different books as well. So I'll show you. I'll send you now. Oh,
So this will cover our assignment first part till 1.3.
Okay, yes. So 1.3 they just divide into. So first, we're looking the basic concept of supply chain management. I'm going to send you the chapter of book, supply chain management. Yes, what is all about. So that will help you to clear our concept, supply chain management strategies, and different approaches as well. So that will go through. Sorry, Sana, what you said?
Sir, I was asking if we got enough to cover our first assessment.
Yes, yes. So it's quite enough, to address concept of principal supply chain management. What is meant by supply chain management, which we discuss. Yes, few definitions. Yes, and we evaluate the role of supply chain management. Critically discuss the driver that drive the supply chain management. Yes, different drivers can be. So we discuss about information systems and things, and demand and supply, so that can be drive as well. And effective supply chain management logistic can support the competitiveness. How effective supply chain management, like in term of the various companies examples in our slides, so they didn't manage it, they not properly assess it, that's why they wasn't effective. So what we can do, we need a clear the roadmap in place, like clear planning in place. If we plan well, that will help us to be reduce and run our supply chain management effectively. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to send you some old assignment. I'll check as well. I'll send you examples. So let's, we'll spend few minutes how you can structure, because you've not done any assignment before. Yes, on this one especially. So I'll quick, go through. So first, always good to be, you have a title page, yes? So you can drop, first suppose if I'll say drop here. So we're doing like unit 1, yes? Is what is about unit 1. And then your name submitted by, yes? Something, we'll send you the cover sheet, huh? So that's your cover sheet. Okay. Second page you always keep for table of contents, yes? Third, you can start with introduction. Introduction can be about the role of supply chain management in current era, in current environment. Yes, significant increase, because the supply chain is quite complex, because we have dealing with many products and we dealing with many countries. Yes, so we need to be understand all about their tariff demands and supply seasonal, all we need to be planned. So we discuss different things today. Then you were doing the task 1, yes? task 1 is, if we look in the assignment brief, what is the task 1? So go back to task 1. We need select appropriate company, manufacturer, retailer, logistic service provider, and research its supply and logistic activities, and SCM, supply chain management processes using both primary and secondary methods. Okay, so you're working already in logistic, yes, Sana?
Yes, I've actually worked in FMCG company as a demand planner.
So can you do your own company, yes?
I can, yes. So what do I have to do?
Okay, you can give a little introduction about your company, yes?
Mm-hmm.
And you explain, what is the supply chain management, what processes involved, what is the primary, secondary method, what is the primary method? Because we're not done up to now 2.1, 2.2, yes? So we can go through what we discussed today, all about supply chain and logistic management. Huh? So what is the supply chain management? How we can manage? Yes, those are the basic discussions today lessons. And then when we'll finish in the next lesson 2.1, 2.2, your task 1 will be finished. So if you just set up now today, yes, you discuss about, go back to concept of supply chain management. Huh? So in our slides we discuss those different concepts. So you discuss those concepts. Huh? Supply chain management, yes, flow of product and
Yes,
so
and in the task 1,
sorry. So
actually, I was saying that in the task 1, it can be any random company.
any random company, no harm. Any
Rohit,
random
you can hear me. Actually, I am having a bit issue in my network. Yes.
sorry, I think so. I don't know why. A few times you connect.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So we need to discuss first. Explain what is meant by supply chain and logistic management meant by, yes, and discuss the concept and the principles which we just mentioned in our slides today. Yes. Driver that drive the supply chain management for your company, yes. So we can discuss generic and then we try to relate to, because we're not done 2.1. When we'll go through the 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, then we can address our whole task 1. Huh? So in the next lesson we'll go through 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. So at least what you can do, you can start. So like I'm going to send you this chapter of book as well. Huh? So if there are a lot of examples as well. Huh? So within there are Walmart and various other companies example. So what is the supply chain management consist of? Yes, the business activity need to design, make, deliver and use of the product and the services. Business depend on supply chain to provide them with what they need to survive and thrive. Every business fit one or the more supply chain. So we can give little bit, but we need to write everything in our own words. Yeah? Do you are aware of what is meant by plagiarism?
Yes.
Yes.
So we've been given here few terms of supply chain. Yes. So please you can add and you can it should be the reference for this. I can send you the reference. Can I send you few books? You can use the definition. So let's I'll say you can write few definitions. Huh? Few
Yes.
you mean it can be 2 or more. Huh? Definitions of supply chain management. Huh?
Yes. And if
And
possible for you, can you show us the assignment of any previous student so that we can uh, actually look at that as well?
How it
no
should be structured and all. That's it.
No problem. I'll send you. What I'll do, I'll find few assignment old and I'll send you. I'm delivering management this here, but I have other places as well. Different awarding body, but we can make in the same structure. Okay, so that's there. If you go through like the few definition, give introduction background of your company which you are choosing. So please, are you aware of reference style?
Harvard referencing?
Yes. So if you want to use Harvard reference, maybe you can change it to if here is a reference in MS Word. I don't know why it's mine. If you change style, it's your will come. It's a different software. So if you click here Harvard reference, and even you can include insert citation. So if I'll say I'm using the website, the publisher was Kaplan for suppose, and the title of the book was Supply Chain Management. And I know the book was published in 2019. I know this was published in London. If I know publisher, Green Publisher for suppose, yes. And I don't know this. I'll drop this there. It will drop my reference there at the end, yes. And what I'll do at the end, I'll do task 2. We have 2 tasks. I'll draw the conclusion and I'll draw my list of references. When I'll click here bibliography, can you see on what I'm doing? Yes?
No,
Yes.
I can't.
You can't. Can you see now?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I was thinking. So if you click here, add insert citation, yes? If you click here, if you're using book, just write book, yes? Like I said, in the book author was Kaplan, so I filled it Kaplan. I mentioned title of the book was Supply Chain Management. I know this book was published in 2019. I know this was published in London. I know the publisher. Always inside the book, I drop there. I click it, drop my reference. I'll carry on adding. At the end, when I'll finish my assignment, I'll click here. Bibliography are called references. So if I'll click there, it will drop all the references. Those I will give in the alphabetical sequence.
All right. Okay.
So because of course, baby, you never use this function. If you type YouTube on YouTube, how to do reference in MS Word, yes, that will help you quickly. We can learn the table of contents. I'll set in for the next lesson. If you click here, have you click heading? Yes. Highlight it and click it. Click your task 1. If you want to give heading 1 or you want to give any other heading 2. Heading 2 means subheading of heading 1. So click there and I want to give all these things in my headings. So when you finish your assignment on the second page, click their references. On your left hand side will table of content. So it will create a table of contents for you like this, or the list of figures or any detail from your own company website if you want to use the logistic flow. Yes. What you're doing, all but we'll use the theory and then we apply the knowledge.
Okay.
Any question today?
No, I think I'm good.
Okay, brilliant. So sorry for late starting today. From next lesson, I will set my slides according to the way I deliver. Okay, so we'll go through accordingly. Yeah. So please just follow the layout. Yes. Give you a little bit introduction. What we are doing is all about logistic, important of logistic management. And if you want to give a little background of your chosen company and role of logistic there, and we can discuss different logistical theories and models there, and inventory management, why is important, all about if you want to use any pick, all the reference given will be, and then of course we can, when we'll finish LO2, so that task we can complete then. task 1. Then we can move to the task 2.
Okay.
Brilliant. So I will send you a few books on logistic that will help you as well.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, very welcome. If you have any question, please, you all my email address. Okay, thanks for attending today's lesson. Is as my email address Anyam@UK and today we discuss about supply chain and supply chain management and different techniques. And please, if you have any question, drop me email, and I'll get back to you. And I hope so. I will speak you all, by next week, next Saturday, and have a nice weekend.
You too. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.